Okay, so what is the rule of Abra? Now, one small little side thing is we can use the old rod here, which I know you think, well, that's just the game, right? Because we exclusively on my man. However, I'm open to catching tentacles, I guess. The reason I probably don't sound too excited about this is because tentacle is bad. And I know it sounds like a controversial take, I promise you it's not. Tentacle is sick, but tentacle doesn't run a water movement. The brawly fight is going to come down to getting to that. Let's be real. It's just going to come down to these dudes right there. I don't know how I got here, but I just got bodied by this thing. And this junior fatal? What? Yeah, okay, so guys, full transparency, we're going to lose. Yeah, that is embarrassing. Guys, we're going to get a numero. That's great. That's a lot of fight. And I'm still level 4. I know. I can try. I'm going to get Abra, and it would probably like force her Brawly, but I think it'll be a lot more fun for both of us if we try something that's more unique, something that will be extremely satisfying for this battle. Alright, gym leader number 2, gonna leave the Pistons job. If this fight doesn't go as planned, we can always prevent for a roll-up. It's just super risky. He's getting a bulk up step, unsurprisingly. And we want to go water guy here, since that is, not getting affected by it. And anyways, third with the punching top, so beautiful. Alright, that works. Now comes Parasite. I was going to bulk up first, but you know it's going to go for a focus punch, so we got to attack. Oh, weird. Okay, there it is. There's the skill. It doesn't. Okay. That's expected, and actually that's fantastic, because it's not a potion that can go on not going to be up. Okay, and there goes the next potion. Wow, those ones were perfect. There it is, and there it is. Okay, so meditate goes down from here. We switch over to the big relaxed boy. Okay, just for a bulk up anyway. Never mind, we're fine. From here, we go for the speed. Which, of course, you guys know why we're doing the speed. It's because we're going to pull off the citrus there. So I don't like bulk up. Let's swap to tentacle. Probably that. Okay, so we kind of have the water gun. This is probably going to be awful, right? Well, that's not bad. Oh, Jesus. 3 bulk up. Oh my god, is this going to come down to Abra? Because we go for a water gun, we don't kill, and that does kill. Stop! It's too perfect! And then we go for the feet. Let's go! We're doing Kadabra! We got Abra! Baby, and the level up! I love that take the Kadabra down of the 16. That was big! That was so perfect! This is why you take the world less travel, because you get fun moments like that. Now guys, I should mention, I think for this run, I'm going to go no trade evos, so we won't get into out of the Kadabra is good enough to go all the way on its own. What's so special with that? It's a much more fun run if we just keep it at Kadabra, I promise you. Wow. Okay, that was so good. Now, with that said, like, those were our 2 easy gyms. Next up is Watson. I don't know how we're going to do this. Kadabra's going to be new confused for sure, but not Watson. Actually, Citrus Fairy might be part of the solution. Actually, previously it wasn't we're thinking about because we had a Brawly fight. So, the issue is that while Q-Dude and Grappler are very good for like the first 5 gyms, they might be the most historic fall off in Pokemon ever. Like, Rockman is great, and then even without it, has like every one of her Pokemon is destroyed. Then it's taking lights out, a water gym, and then you've got Playset and a water cancer. The dude is just not going to hold up. I would say the best way to stand is keep him around for Watson and Flannery, and don't worry about the long term. Because like, I want to build a team long term that shows off the awesomeness of Gen 3 Soda Wing Cancer. And so that means, like, trying our best to show off Pokemon that aren't you inspire the screen, and then, of course, picking up some of my favorite spicy boys from Johto. How's that for foreshadowing? I'll leave it there. What? might be a big deal. I'm not deciding yet it's going to be this fight. Stretch 3, notoriously the hardest rival battle in Owen. Oh god, that's already off to a horrible start. Oh my god, 2 in a row. Okay. Oh my god, here we go. And we missed. Oh, okay. Wow. This wiggle dismantled us. Dismantled itself. Yeah, this is a bit scary, right? Because Robot comes in and it does only have a score, but that's nice. Still downside. And then, like, obviously, Rex uses. So it's just like, what can you do with Cadabra? Oh, it's dark. Stop. Why? Oh my god, we're so neutered. Ow. It's a quick attack, we're dead. Oh my gosh, dude. So it actually comes down to technical. Yes, let's go! Wait, I said technical score. Anyway, this thing is the Pokemon that just saved this fight. I'm sorry, that's cool. And it's just got a Slugma, okay. We don't see Slugma, that's hilarious. And then, it's Geodude to the rescue. Oh no. Wait, I still have one more turn. Yes! Okay, thank God. You just showed up when I could get an early game Pokemon. There's thank you. So that's basically enough for Watson. I think that will get us through. Maybe watch the card now. Now, Babu is going to give a Rock Smash. Do I want to do anything Rock Smash? It's funny that you found. I need to keep a few girls who do spots open, so we'll do it. Oh goodness, they're going to make me like a small guy, essentially. Look, I don't want to do this, but the game is making me. I'm sorry, y'all. People in Cadabra actually goes kind of hard. What's crazy is, out of this 21, Cadabra takes on a sign. Looks like some psychics don't even learn signing. Some psychic techs don't even learn a psychic. Looking at you, Tasu, and I know there's going to be some in the chat. It learns future sight at 35. Stop. We're here to have fun. Don't be that person. Listen, future sight, it doesn't have a type. It doesn't work that way. And psychic doesn't come with the level 65, right? I'm just like, I have a problem with Amaxilius, okay? Because we're just trying to have fun here. So, people that comment like, hey, I just really enjoyed the video, like, thanks for all the great work you do. That stuff means so much to me, and I, thank you. Because it's like, I have a video, and I'm so excited to see what people think of it. And then when you get a comment that's like, I'm actually just one really small thing. Like, dude, no one cares. We're all here to have fun. Anyway. That's fun. Actually, it would be kind of hilarious. Yeah, find the black glasses. Is there a random thought? I want to make my Cadabra cool. I never remember. Oh, there. Alright, guys. I need an image of Cadabra on screen with some cool hater blocker sunglasses going on. That's taking feet from 40 damage up to 44, but all the super effective at 80 to 80. It's actually not bad. Oh my gosh. It also learns from Flex. Dude. Cadabra. The cookies is so real. I don't know about you guys, but Cadabra does feel super niche in Emerald because I always look like Darcy. Okay, so number 3 Watson. Do I want the citrus character in this fight? I don't think so. Because I want her to beat the citrus. Do I want stock sands? Yeah, probably just take all the damage you can get. And then I'm super nervous for Larry. So let's pour in. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the hardest two-liter in all Pokemon. I'll die on this hill. Everyone wants it as insane. The only reason people don't think he's the hardest is because ground type is so hard. We're leading because I'm expecting some silly shenanigans here. I'm just learning, right? Maybe he'll self-destruct. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. Oh, okay. Turn. It's never going to do a lot. I'm fine. From here, we go for the side beat. We do have to beat a Bulbasaur, which is pretty quick. We're not hurting us that much. There's the level up. And up comes Electric, who we're not going to make contact, which is like a big deal against this thing. And it's enough to one-shot. Oh my gosh, get down. Okay, all we gotta do is hit a bigger rush. 8, 9, let's go! This Magneton is really the reason Watson is so hard. So clearing it like that, that's amazing. Now comes to the next trick. We're probably dead here, but it's gonna be weird to go for a howl. Fine with me. 7 on the board, baby. And another 7. All right. We're not going to get another citrus. I'll honestly take that one, though. Okay. So, the question is, let me crush this thing. It's going to go for some quick attacks and stuff. This is going to go on, right? Oh my gosh, Kadabra. Okay, still gets through. Oh, thank God that hurts. Bro, that's a quick attack. That's a relaxation of quick attack. Oh my gosh. How are we recover now? Bro, some Pokemon are just not made equal. What? Okay. Oh my gosh, and that's Shockwave. Now, the Kadabra line does not learn Thunderbolt. It does learn Shockwave. So I kind of lied. This moment is Kadabra at its best. It is only downhill from here, unfortunately. You know, as much as I would like Recover, it's not a Pokemon that you use that well, right? It's frail, it doesn't have a lot of HP. But what can be useful for the whole team? Yeah. By the way, guys, this channel is like super small, and a lot of people haven't yet subscribed to it. So if you would please subscribe, it would really mean a lot of just helping us grow things. And I also should have mentioned that what my sort of team has on it, which I thought about, and then kind of decided that grass Pokemon are like just kind of bad and always. You think grass would be good in fight, but it's like everything either has time or is a Gyarados, so then it's only good for Whiscash. And then at this point it's like, well, you might as well just use a grass leaf and not worry about like having a whole grass Pokemon. Oh, okay, that's gonna be Bumblebee. This is a big step for Flanders. It's not the whole package, but it's gonna be useful. And then this is another big deal, because this is Secret Power. I think I have slept on Secret Power my entire life, and it's actually a really solid move. 70 damage, and then typically what it does, it varies, but it's base 4 and a 30% chance of Terra. So on a Pokemon with 2 powers up, it's obviously pretty good. For example, that's some nice damage. And guys, perhaps even more exciting is Route 113, which has not just one, but 2 Dodo Pokemon. If you don't know, I am a ridiculous Dodo fanboy. That's just a 5% encounter rate in Sludge. I'm just kidding. I have used Sludge in a playthrough not long ago, and it's dude, it died. I guess it wasn't meant to be. So, ladies and gentlemen, at 5%, we have the big Scarf. I think this is another Pokemon that is just like some peak Johto energy, fully evolved, steel type. It's a big one. Okay. Oh goodness. We're gonna do this with the Pokeball. Okay. Oh, come on. That was my last Pokemon. Okay. We'll be back. Let's go! We're having some nice catching luck this run. Okay, now obviously, Skarmory is getting a nickname. The only answer is Pika Burst. So, let's go to Skarmory. Oh, this nature like, oh, that's going to raise the attack, lower its special attack, which is everything. The Skarmory itself, 140 defense, 80 attack, MSW speed, which is moderate, that's the ball. The one thing I will say is this thing would kind of struggle starting with this set. So, it is with great pleasure that we have to thank even Stone for giving us Steel Wing. 10% chance to miss per turn on a 70 power move is kind of ridiculous. However, it still is a strong stat move on and as an Skarmory. It's big. This kid here is like, there's one of those situations that's such a tricky call where it's like you want to give big reviews for consistent damage, knowing that you're not going to hold it on. I feel like the team is really starting to not even come together, but like finally just like have enough coverage. That as the intermediate balls, we have once again back for non-other Pokemon. We've got some ruffians hanging out here too, though. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if I have proof of this, but, you know, listen, it's not my problem. I'm going to try to avoid that as much as I can. I have a feeling I'm going to get swept up in that gang violence anyway. But by the time we get to that, our team is going to be looking extra nice, so I think we'll be alright. So, guys, I got to say, Route 115 has a secret location that very few people know about. You can actually surf up there, and there is crazy pop. Unfortunately, even with the Moonstone like now available, we've got this not that great. Alright, so that is going to be. We're going to move back to Roxborough. So now we're bringing it around down. Okay, back to Lawville. Back.
My name is Lisa Shed, and I'm the owner of Casino Hot Sauce Company. I make a line of medium-sized hot sauces that are high in quality and high in flavor. The way that I see success helping a business expand is by staying on top of the cash flow, staying on top of the projections, and really leveraging the benefits of our flexible payment applications. I can send the invoice right then and there, and they can even pay it right then and there.
I'm going up from 111 this time. Oh, baby, we're going all the way up. Now we have a little Massachusetts action. Now, unfortunately, the timing of Skyrim is not great since we have, like, this fire. I know. Oh, fine. Okay. Well, it's not very effective, buddy. And how about I hit Chef? Oh, my God. With a steel ring? Oh, yeah. Wow, that's it. Not kidding. Okay, tell you what. Well, for life, reactivity, yeah, we don't push. I guess, I don't know, maybe this was stupid. Just how we But thank you for your contribution. First, we need to position ourselves in case the camera up next. The secret tower, want to do it. Nice. We'll come do that. Stay on the secret tower. We don't want to walk into roll-up. Nice. Oh, and then it's camera. So this camera, I don't think has fun, right? Wow! A Subaru dismantles this man, hopefully. This isn't like good as Subaru. This is like not horrifically bad as Subaru. Because I'm like falling in love with this team, and it's not even half-built. The one thing I need to keep reiterating though is that, again, like this is kind of both Kadabra and a Subaru at their best. Like the enemies are only going to get stronger while they're you know? It's still got to go, but it's kind of doing the while they're cooking and bothering down. I don't want to put anything else into our students if we're not going to be using it. So instead of thinking I have to Jordan, where it's never going to be really. What are captain at 29? Like, you know, 27 on Kadabra, that's great. Whatever. Here she is. And I'm nervous. Now, for items, we're going to take black glasses off Kadabra. Gonna go for that piece again, you already know. With our one very Sultan Brawley, that's going on the Pika Blue, and then Bird, I guess it's gonna get an ordinary, and probably do nothing. Guys, in a lot of ways, I feel like this run is just getting started. I'm so nervous, like, come on, later he was so good. Hopefully we can see here. And, okay, that's a big start, right? Because, like, that's the 4-time super effective, the rush stuff we need. Next, we got the Slugma. And Slugma, also very strong. However, most crucially about that, right, is the fact that there's still no sun. There is a chance that we can get this off and kill. I know Cameron's slow, but we're also slow. Okay, now doesn't kill. It's a bulky boy. It does. Also, it's just a cat. I was not expecting that. Okay, this is where things obviously, you know, speak up real. We walk to Kadabra and pray for no. Oh! That was something I intended to do. I was expecting a funny day. Regardless, okay, the big thing here is that she's going to want to overeat hook up. Even if she does, we have to speak with a C. So, a little bit of tip, and then we take the wiper, which still ours. So, yes, this sucks. This hurts. Ow. There's no reset. That's huge. From here, we got this guy leveled up to 22. We did invest in him. We should probably use it to the best of our ability. That is a magnitude. It was coming no matter what, right? Again, we're going defensive, so I wouldn't expect a lot of damage here. That's actually awesome. We have one turn of sun. And there's the overheat. That's -4. Now, again, it is still sun boosted, which is why that's built. This is why we're going to use 10 schools to basically just wait the turn. That's going to be built. Listen, 10 schools serve this purpose. I honestly think it's earned a name. Each guy's cool. We honor it. Now, I'm going to go into a zero by this point. I think we're still going to have one. A -4, but double is not really that crazy. Air would be so good. We're going to be seeing heal shenanigans. It's too hyper potent. Let's go again. See what a non-boosted does. Okay, please don't para. Okay, yeah, but it's still strong. How about a secret power and maybe fix ourselves? Oh, so gross, dude. On my face. I'm gonna risk this turn because I know she's healing, and I think it's worth it to go while the sun is still down. There. Body's not as expected. Okay. Well, I guess it's just a slip here. Yeah. There. Okay. This is horrifying. I really think the key here is secret power. And just get a pin and go for para. Everything is going to be a 50% chance now. Well, we need a para this turn. Please. Okay. I feel like statistically we deserve that. It's still Bumblebee. Oh my god, this is going to be so bad. We're both bad in 50s right now. The issue is if I become analyzed. Nice. Okay. Bear with me. This might turn into a battle of attrition. I know that if I... Oh, God. Oh, the thing is, I know that if I bring her down into the red, she is healing no matter what. So, we kind of just want a pair of turn for a nothing happens turn. Oh, God. Oh! If we can win this Bumblebee, we win. A Zumaro. Don't sit. That's gotta be it. Ladies and gentlemen, that was pretty neutral in terms of luck. I feel like we got that one off on scale. Crazy though. Just to take a moment to think about, we just like destroyed our first 3 Pokemon, and it was still that hard. That is the power of playing. This is great. Like, given like our Pokemon kind of about to start getting worse, to me that's the case of like what these next games are going to start looking like. We've got strength, we've got a new dude, and something I rarely do is go back. Fire. You got this thing, and it's just, I never think bother about it. Here, we've got Talks, which is like an amazing CM. Now, before we leave, I should also just note that hopping into driver looks fun here. I am not sleeping on those guys. They're very good Pokemon, but only once they evolve, which is like both insane. Now, we also have the desert, which has Sandshrew. And honestly, guys, Sandshrew is a pretty underrated Pokemon. The issue again is it's another ground type in a game where ground is very bad for the second half. Also, there are some more unique Pokemon. They're not just like amazing in their attack. So I respect the guy, but not to the stuff. And so, that's the biggest potential for, wow, really speeding that up. Silver Dip, which is still just kind of going to be a Skarmory training session, I guess. The thing I always say that I hate about this game is, rather than just giving these people two Pokemon, which should really help you on experience, it's just everyone has a hyper potion. Basically, take down the Pokemon place. And it's annoying. The one cool thing, though, right, is Kadabra can probably do, like, damage and then die. And in theory, this should set Skarmory up pretty now. Do I die? Oh, man! Wow! That is the power of 140 defense on Steel type. It takes 30 for Kadabra. Oh, God. The big tops. So, Kadabra obviously is going to struggle hard in this gym, and that has got me nervous. So, guys, Toxic. Am I going to use Toxic for this fight? No. No, there's no case where that would be smart. Sandstorm? Yeah. I really need something first aid. Oh, a Subaru stick? We can give her a bumblebee and then just give it right back. Don't need it for this fight. In fact, guys, I think I can do you one better. Gym number 5 with a pretty scuffed team for Norman, honestly. If we're kind of winging it, but I've got a really silly plan. Just want to think. Yeah, okay, a credit. Not what I wanted, actually. Some safety checks don't even look. But it's like it's the boost. I got this one close to the rocket. This is 2 posters, man. It's 2 posters. Oh, gross. Oh, that's beautiful. Tackle. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Peach Blue, the new legendary Kentucky Golf, coming through with its first and very big disadvantage. I know it's a water type, but it's still like, those bats are strong yet. I was about to that fight, but things are going to get a lot more difficult. Alright guys, so this includes that one. We are going to build what I think is going to be a very cool team for this run. So please keep watching, because I think this is going to be a very satisfying one. Now we've got rival number 2. The only way we can win this, I'm pretty sure, is with a Rolo, but it's always the same. Okay, I think it's that. Right? Rico is going to be very scary for people in all games, but what does a Rolo do? Okay, I suppose we're pretty growled. Beautiful. I think that went as good as it could have gone. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we set sail to do first. We have one huge goal in mind for this place, guys, and it is just involving Abra. Now, one small little side thing is we can get the old rod, which I know you're thinking, well, that's just the game, right? Because we can pick up a magic card and get carried. The way I like to guys, to me, it's like about having the most fun as possible, and that means providing the most challenge that I can deal with in a fun manner. Gyarados is such an overpowered Pokemon, it's pretty much exclusively on my bench. However, I'm open to catching Tentacles, I guess. The reason I probably don't sound too excited about this is because Tentacle is bad. And that might sound like a controversial take, I promise you it's not. Tentacle is sick, but Tentacool doesn't learn a water move until level 25, and it's basically using Poison Sting and Constricted Soma. It's another Pokemon finally, so we will grab it. I'm not gonna race it though. Red Cave also that, and I just started to throw that in our last video. I don't think I want that up there. With that said, the Brawler fight is going to come down to getting the next. Let's be real. It's just gonna come down to these two things.
Okay, Tommy.
But I just got bodied by this thing, and this junior trainer, what? Yeah, okay, so guys, full transparency, we're gonna lose. Yeah, that is embarrassing. Guys, we're gonna get a Zumo. Great, that's a must fight, and Abra's still level 4. I know, I could try. I can get a Kadabra, and it was probably like 4-turn Brawly. It'll be a lot more fun for both of us if we try something a bit more unique, something that will be extremely satisfying if it works. I think it'll also just feel way more badass if we can beat Brawly without having to evolve our Abra is for the move. A 40 power, charge, but very importantly, a special attacking move. So everyone is going to be important for this battle. Alright, gym leader number 2. Gonna leave it with Michelle. If this fight doesn't go as planned, we can always just go back to our roll-up. It's just super risky. He's gonna go bulk up straps, unsurprisingly. And we want to kill our guy here, since that is, you know, not getting affected by it. And anyway, the turn with the 5 cost, so keep it bulk up. Alright, that works. I'll go better. I'm gonna bulk up first, but you know it's gonna go for a focus punch. So, gotta attack. Oh, weird. Okay, there. That's the skill. It doesn't. That's expected, and actually that's fantastic because it's not the hosting that can go on Nakabita. Okay, and there goes And there it is. Okay, so Meditite goes down from here. We switch out to Everest in your line for it. Okay, just for a bulk up anyway. Never mind, we're fine. From here, we go for the theme. Which, of course, you guys know why we're doing the theme. It's because we're going to pull off the citrus berry. Now, I don't like these bulk ups. Let's walk to tentacle. Probably dead. Okay, so we kind of have to water down. This is probably going to be awful, right? Well, that's not bad. Oh, this 3 bulk up. Oh my gosh, it's going to come down to Abra. Because we go for a water gun. We don't kill, and that does kill. Stop! It's too perfect! And then we go for the thief. Let's go! We don't need to get down, bro. We got Abra. Baby, and the level up. I love that thing to get Abra down and get 16. That was big. That was so perfect. This is why you take them to the road less travel. Just use puzzles like that. Now, guys, I should mention, I think for this run, I'm going to go no trade evos. So we won't get into how this ends shenanigans. If Abra is good enough to go all the way on the what's really special about that? It's a much more fun run if we just keep it at Abra, I promise you. Wow. Okay, that was so good. Now, with that said, like, those were our two. This next up is Watson. I don't know how we're going to do this, but now we're going to be new business for sure. But John Watson. I guess citrus berry might be part of the solution. Actually, previously it wasn't worth thinking about because we got a brawling fight coming up. And yeah, you two. Like, I'm pretty sure if you don't take much, get this only underground thing. Yeah, right? Nice. That is if not encounter the Pokemon. We're gonna get started, but there's a big problem with this. It's stone. The issue is that while Tutu and Grappler are very good for like the first 5 minutes, they might see the most historic fall off in Pokemon Emerald. Like, Rockguard is great, and then even without it, as like everyone in Pokemon is going, then it's a flying out, a water dip, and then you've got Glacier and a water champion. The dude is just not going to hold up. I would say the best way to handle it is keep around for Watson and Flannery. Don't worry about the love. Because I don't know if you want there that shows off the awesomeness of Gen 3 Soda with Pokemon. And so that means, like, trying your best to show off Pokemon that are in Fire Every Screen, and then, of course, picking up some of my favorite spicy boys with Shogo. How's fast report shadowing? Don't see it there. What might be a big deal? I'm not decided yet. It's going to be this fight. Scrub 3, notoriously the hardest rival battle in Poland. Oh, God, that's already on the horrible start. Oh, my God, 2 in a row. Okay. Oh, my God, dude.
Won your pit.
We did? Okay. Wow. This wing will dismantle us. Dismantle themselves. Yeah, this is the big scary, right? Because Robot comes in, and, well, it does only have a sword, but that's nice. Still gets us. And then it, like, obviously wrecks you. So it's just like, what can you do to Dabba? Oh, it's dark? Oh! Why did it, what? Oh my God, we're so neutered, dude. Ow! This is a quick attack, we're dead. Oh my God, dude! So it actually comes down to tentacle. Yes! Let's go! Wait, I just tentacle. But anyway, this saving the Pokemon that just saved this fight. I'm sorry, tentacle. And it's just got a Slugma. Okay. Leo's Slugma. That's hilarious. And then it's to the rescue. Oh, no. Oh, I want to do anything more stuff. It's 20 days down. I need to keep a 2 girls watch on this, so we'll do it. You know, oh goodness, they're gonna make me like be a small shot essentially. Look, I this, but the game is making nice story walls. People get down to actually post kind of hard. That's crazy. It's Adam just 21. Cadaver picks up siding. Looks like some psychics don't even learn siding. Some psychic types don't even learn a psychic move. Looking at you, Sasu. And I know there's going to be some answers in the chat. It learns future sight at 35. Stop. We're here to have fun. Don't be that person. Listen, future psych, it doesn't have to fight. It doesn't work that way. And psychic doesn't come with a level 65, right? I'm just like, I have a problem with immaculate, okay? Because we're just trying to have fun here. So, people that comment like, hey, I just really enjoyed the video, like, thanks for all the great work you do. That stuff means so much to me. And I, like, thank you. Because it's like, I have the video, and I'm so excited to see what people think of it. And then when you get a comment that's like, oh, actually, why is it small? It's like, dude, no one cares. We're all here to have fun. Anyway. Sorry, let's just have fun. Actually, it would be kind of hilarious. Can't find the black glasses. Is it a random spot? I want to make my cadaver cool. I can never remember. Oh, there. All right, Chris. I need an image of cadaver on screen with some cool hater blocker sunglasses going on. That's taking these from 40 damage to 44, but honestly, perfected at 80 to 80. It's actually not bad. Oh my gosh. I also learned from black. Dude.
Nice.
The cookie is so real. I don't know if you guys, but cadaver just feels super niche in Emerald because I only do Brook Garden. Okay, so Jim number 3 wants it. Do I want to sit staring for this fight? I don't think so. Because I want her to eat the citrus. Do I want stock sands? Yeah, probably just take all the damage you can get. And then I'm shooting. So.
Stop living with residue. Add Test Drive for a practically spotless shine.
Summer slipping by? There's still time for pool days. Book on Verbo at
I swear to goodness gracious, man, everything I have learned about this dude over the past few days has been against my will. But last time, we made a video talking about Quinn Hughes of the Minnesota Wild. It was in a pretty decently received video of him and Jessica Alba hanging out together, so that obviously was a pretty interesting discussion to dive into. Why not continue talking about Quinn Hughes and the presence that he shares with other celebrities, and also what him and some other notable captains around the NHL have been up to. Okay, I can't find the Jessica Alba video. It's somewhere out there. But today we're talking about Quinn Hughes. We're talking about Detroit Red Wings captain Dylan Larkin. We're going over some perspectives from fans of the Red Wings and the Wild. And we're also talking about these guys hanging out. Take a look at this video posted on the Minnesota Wild subreddit. It was from yesterday. Quinn Hughes rocking a J.J. McCarthy University of Michigan jersey at the Morgan Wallen concert in Ann Arbor. And you can see the Jumbotron. There's Morgan Wallen right there. There's Quinn Hughes on the left and Jack Hughes on the right. J.J. McCarthy over here. Now, I was not expecting the comment section of this post to be so dramatic and so skewed in one direction, because everything about that sentence somehow got worse. Quinn Hughes wearing a McCarthy jersey. It's a University of Michigan jersey. And it's at a Morgan Wallen concert. Oh man, Wild fans are not liking this. Is Ann Arbor really that bad? The city is fine. The university is a cesspool. Oh, and no, this is the guy who threw a chair of a bar, right? Hey. So there definitely are some strong opinions shared by Wild fans on this concert. But hey, guess what? It's not actually the only thing that we have seen over the past 24 hours or so of Quinn and Jack hanging out, particularly with other members of the NHL body as well. Take a look at this. Is this Dylan Larkin with the Hughes Bros on Sunday night? And yeah, it is. You take a look, there's Jack Hughes right there, there's Luke in the bottom, or in the top, excuse me. Quinn Hughes and then Dylan Larkin coming out of 22 in New York City. This video was second part of a pretty interesting night that was talked about on social media, where Quinn and Jack Hughes were trying to get into 22, trying to get into the, okay, I gotta actually do my research. What is 22 in New York City? That's a great question. Alright, a luxury boutique hotel, restaurant, and private members club. Is this the same thing? I guess it is. We'll just assume it is, eh? But Quinn and Jack were getting kind of bossed around by this big bodyguard here in front, and he was like commanding them to move over there. Obviously, the Hugheses are not big dudes. They're like normal-sized human beings and kind of small for hockey players' size. So obviously, they're kind of getting dwarfed by this gigantic bodyguard over there. Then they're seen talking to the attendant lady, saying that they have a party of like 7 people. And then they inevitably go in after the video cuts off. Quinn, he notices somebody's recording, and then he decides to start using his phone. So that's what happened. He then had the later video of them leaving the function in New York. Dude, that place beat my something down, Jack Hughes said. And it's the same video that we saw earlier. Dylan Larkin hanging out with these guys as well. This leads into a bigger conversation that Red Wings fans have been talking about on their own subreddit, on their own devices too. M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong 69 went out there and posted this. Quinn Hughes was at the Morgan Wallen concert in Ann Arbor. Yzerman not doing this trade still genuinely angers me. I'm still super butthurt about Yzerman not getting the trade done. Who cares if Hughes wouldn't promise signing an extension? He absolutely would have if he got the money he's worth. Had Yzerman just done the trade, we wouldn't be in this mess. Now, honestly, I disagree with that. I don't think Quinn Hughes would have absolutely signed the contract if it was just at a high enough money amount. Like, I do think the Vancouver Canucks could have done the same thing. Oh, just offer Quinn 20+ million. He wouldn't have stayed. Absolutely not. He wanted to go to a place where he feels like he's able to win. In Minnesota, they're a lot closer to doing that than the Detroit Red Wings are. And with Quinn being in a Red Wings sweater, yeah, it would have been a great story. He would have been representing local, after all. I mean, University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, right?
If you don't have visibility in one place, you miss opportunities with customers, and at the same time, you create inefficiencies in your own execution. We chose NetSuite because it fits the global footprint of the company that we've been becoming and what we're growing into today. Our entire business runs on NetSuite.
Owning small business is hard. So why make it harder for yourself? My hospitality company had these two projects, how we 6 different businesses. When it first started, I said, I'll deal with them.
But if the Wings would not have confidently given Hughes the team that he feels he could have won with, he would not have just absolutely signed as long as the money was high enough. It's very difficult to predict whether or not he would have been able to do that. And this comment was met with a lot of criticism on the Red Wings sub. Hindsight is 2020, but the real crime was taking Zadina instead of just drafting Hughes. Oh yeah, that does sting bad. Same with drafting Sebastian Cossa over Wyatt Johnston, and then years later wanting to trade for Johnston. Now, to be fair, Wyatt Johnston, nobody thought he would have been as good as he became. Wasn't he drafted in the 2nd round? So every team in the NHL passed over him once, in theory? Oh no, he was 23rd overall. Excuse me, I'm confusing my former Dallas Stars draft picks. Either way, there were some other conversations over here. How does that concert have anything to do with Quinn Hughes coming to Detroit? He has continued ties to Michigan and wanted to come to Red Wings town. Him being at the concert shows that, probably why OP is mad. No, a lot of NHL players spend their summers in Michigan. That doesn't mean they want to play in Detroit. Yeah, that makes sense, eh? I mean, not necessarily saying it one way or the other, but the fact that he's consistently around the Michigan bubble does have to sting at some point. Nah, Hughes would have been great, but he wasn't planning on signing long-term, and giving up Simon Edvinsson to rent him would have been horrible. This other reply says, I'm more annoyed that the Minnesota Hughes trade cleaned out the cabinet for a Larkin trade. I would have happily taken Steve England and Yurov and a first or two, or Rossi plus a roster player and a first or two, or Zeev, Rossi, and a smaller piece. Heck, for the Quinn Hughes package, I would have said something else back with Larkin. Of course, one follows a lot easier for Minnesota to trade for Dylan Larkin, right? Having a Bouillon or a Oakland, a first-round pick, a Rossi available to Stevie Y would have made the Larkin trade talks a lot more interesting. But then again, it's like, well, if Quinn Hughes isn't with the Minnesota Wild, maybe Dylan Larkin doesn't want to go there as much as he would have preferred to now. If Dylan Larkin asks out and Quinn is still in Vancouver, Larkin ain't putting the Vancouver Canucks on this short 3-team trade list, right? It would probably just be Florida, Vegas, and I guess Dallas, if you really wanted to stretch it that way. Larkin wanting to go to Minnesota is partly because the team is good and partly because Quinn Hughes is there, but also you got to acknowledge that a big part of the team being good is also due to the fact that Quinn Hughes is there. So in reality, Larkin's interest in going over to the Wild is probably like 75% due to Quinn Hughes' presence on that team. So, yeah, it makes things very difficult because Quinn Hughes getting acquired by Minnesota also depleted them of assets that they could have used to acquire Dylan Larkin. So it's all full circle, is it not? You go and leave your thoughts in the comment section below. This is a very weird video and not really something that I think I want to do again. Celebrity gossip and following hockey players around in public, this isn't really, like, enjoyable in my opinion. But this does feed into a bigger narrative with both of these players. So at the very least, I think there's some... I got a phone call that I was the best stem cell match for a 10-year-old boy in Argentina. Giving a stem cell donor gives me a greater sense of purpose. For me, the feeling is around just the gratitude I can't get to. One of the earliest YouTube channels that I have subscribed to on the LegoRocks99 YouTube account, the personal account that I have here, is the Vancouver Canucks YouTube account. Unfortunately, a lot of the videos that I grew up watching on this account are gone. Some are still up, like little Ryan Kessler scoring a goal, Pavel Bure calling his shot and going 5-0. But there were a number of videos that I remember that were highlights of my childhood. Really, like, aside watching John Garrett, Dave Tomlinson, Joey Kenworth, and McIntyre hang out at the Metrotown Sport Check to talk Canucks, there was the Bo Horvat draft situation, there was Bo Horvat making the team, there were prospect videos with guys like Jordan Subban and Anton Cederholm and Thatcher Demko. And then you got, like, Jacob Markstrom going to Sport Check, and Alex Burrows going to Sport Check. They then delete some videos, they skip a few years. Then you've got Elias Pettersson, Quinn Hughes, Jack and Luke Hughes, 8, 7, 6 years ago. But the latest on the Vancouver Canucks YouTube channel is quite interesting. The All Access 2026 NHL Draft video. This is an interesting piece. Because within the contents of this behind-the-scenes look, Vancouver Canucks GM Ryan Johnson says that Caleb Malhotra, Adam Novotny, Brooks Rogowski, and Nicholas Aaron Olsen were ranked top 24 on the Vancouver Canucks list. Now that is very, very interesting. Take a look at the Vancouver Canucks and the guys that they ended up drafting in the 2026 NHL entry draft. Obviously, Caleb Malhotra, 3rd overall. It doesn't really surprise me, the idea that Brian Johnson's like, yeah, we actually had Caleb Malhotra as a top 24 prospect. Like, okay, yeah, of course, everybody had Caleb Malhotra as a top 24 prospect at the very least. I mean, The lowest ranking here out of the numerous draft rankings available was number 12, and that was Tony Ferrari of the Hockey News. The second lowest was number 9 by Smart Scouting. Meanwhile, you look at all the other draft picks that the Vancouver Canucks had here in the first 2 rounds, from Adam Novotny to Brooks Rogowski and Nicholas Aron-Olsson. To hear that all of these guys were ranked by the Canucks in the top 24 is really interesting. And honestly, I kind of question whether or not that's even, realistic. Just take a look at it in order here. So Adam Novotny, okay, he was taken 24th overall by Vancouver. And it was already reported by a number of folks that Novotny could have gone a lot higher. Some of these scouting lists had him as high as number 13, some had him at number 14, and then you had a bunch of others in the 17, 18, 19 range, some 16s and 15s as well. The lowest ranking for Adam Novotny out of all of these lists was Craig Button, who had him at number 26. He went 24th to Vancouver, and it makes sense that the Canucks had him ranked top 24 because that's literally where they took him. But the guys in the second round feel a lot more interesting when you think about them being highly ranked by Vancouver in this way. Brooks Rogowski is a monster, 6'7", 236, taken by the Canucks in the 33rd overall spot. Rogowski was ranked all over the place, as low as number 61 by Craig Button, 57 by both Bukala and Malloy, 39th by McKeans, 40th by Draft Prospects Hockey. I mean, there are a number of outlets that had Brooks Rogowski as a late second, early third round pick caliber guy. In fact, the fact that the Canucks took Rogowski 33rd overall was already seen as a little bit of a reach, considering the majority of the scouting outlets actually had him in the 40s or 50s. Now, that's not to discredit some of these other lists. Ryan Kennedy of the Hockey News had him at 15, which is really interesting. But Brooks Rogowski, as a big dude who had scored under a point per game for the Oshawa Generals, obviously he has a lot more to his game to offer than just point production. For Vancouver, though, to definitively evaluate him as a top 24 talent in the draft in the same way that you saw Kennedy do so, that's very peculiar to me. And I just kind of question what Vancouver's evaluation process was like for thinking about guys like Rogowski and whatnot, these bigger dudes, and just how much value they can bring from that size. Nicholas Aron-Olsson is also interesting too. Not for the same reason as Rogowski. Aron-Olsson is regularly sized, 6'1", 187, but he was taken 41st overall by the Canucks after being ranked probably as an early second, mid-second caliber guy. I mean, elite prospects had Aron-Olsson at 64, Button at 41, Ferrari 37. The highest ranking over here is 30th overall by Kennedy, and he was also the 15th ranked European skater by NHL Central Scouting. So 15 on the Euro list means roughly 30 to 35 on the total list if you generally combine it. This was not a guy ranked in the first round by anybody. Yet the Canucks are saying, oh, we actually had Aron-Olsson as a top 24 player. Now, I will say, Aron-Olsson has a lot of goal-scoring capabilities. He's kind of like a Jonathan Makaramaki light, in my opinion, so if he wanted to attack it from upside, then yeah, maybe there's a good reason for Vancouver to have evaluated Aron-Olsson so highly. But the fact that they took Rogowski first and Aron-Olsson second in that second round over there indicates to me that they actually did have Rogowski just so much higher than anybody else would have expected. Now, Ultra and Novotny going into spots that they did, yeah, it makes sense. Maybe the Canucks were higher on Novotny. But the fact that they had two other guys that they took that were supposedly also top 24 ranked on their list goes to show just how much belief the Canucks have in these guys. Taking a look at some of the comments on this subreddit post, I mean, isn't this the oldest play in the book? No, we swear we had Malhotra ranked number 1. It is, but you can also tell from the video they released they wanted Stenberg at 2. visible disappointment in the draft room. And yes, we did speak about that as well. If you watch the Canucks behind-the-scenes draft video, when the Sharks made the pick and they selected Stenberg, there was like a very obvious collective groan amongst the Canucks executive room. All of the people on the cameras are like, oh man. Like they didn't say that, but you could tell from the body language and just their physical reaction, they did want Stenberg at 3. It's probably true, Sarcastic said, on the notion that the Canucks had all of these dudes ranked top 24. The Canucks had a type, and they went fairly hard at it. I would suspect if you built a draft list with that specific set of parameters, big guys that can skate with one other positive trait, you'd end up with all 4 of them being in the top 25 of your list. Exactly, it's not a big reach to have Rogowski and Nicholas Olsen at the edge of your top 24. Without even thinking too hard, I can find 10 guys picked in the top 41 that the Canucks probably had rated after 24. The Rock Twins, Klepov, Lynn, Holland, Soko, Nordmark, Whale, Villeneuve, and Van Hanen. The other interesting thing in the video was that they were going to select Harvard if the Wings took Novotny at 23. Now, that's a video for another day. We gotta go out there and talk about that because that's a Red Wings commentary idea too. Either way, leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about Jacob Malholtra? Scroll all the way up there. Adam Novotny, Brooks Rogowski, and Nicholas Olsen all being top 24 ranked prospects by the Vancouver Canucks in their draft list in the 2024 NHL draft. Does that make sense to you? Would you have had it the same way? Let me know in the comment section on your opinions if you enjoyed this video outros 9 and 5.
My name is Lisa Judge, and I'm the owner of the Dinner Hot Dog Company. I make a line of hot sauces, Chinese quality, and Italian food.
You may not look like me, but you are. Play like one. When you're dating this, you're going to be 6.5, which is massive. It's a crushing ball. So when you're swinging things, that you're 50 good early. And when you're swinging low and winning, you got 150 good. Every at-bat, like a bunch of like that. Every card that's done, your odds 50%. Every first 50 strikes, the batting average goes down about 75 cents. 75 points. We should kill 100 pitches. Let's see if we can knock that story tonight. You could whistle. I'm going to take in the back of the 11 pitches. You just break down in all the locations, pitches where you should be hitting, why you should be hitting. It wants walk. Good play. Yeah. Just. That's your thought. Huh? Yeah. Excuse me? I've seen a GM talk to players like that. You never seen a GM that wasn't player. You got a problem, David? No, it's okay. I'm going to do this. It's that. It's them. Right? Nothing is unique. We're special. It's something about the leadership. So, yeah. Maybe I'm that's it. Oh man, I ain't paying the 7. Yankees paying actually down. That's what the New York Yankees are going to do. They're paying you $3.5 million to play against them. They're going to David is 37.
How about you and I be honest? I bet it's just one. I want to milk the last ounce of baseball you got in. You want to stay in the show. Let's do that. Now, I'm not paying you for the pledge. I'm paying you for the pledge you are right now. You're smart. Get what we're trying to do here. Make an example for you. You lead it. Can you do that? I got you. We're cool?
Yeah, yeah. It was a beginning of the machine. They went in first base, remember? It's going on, picking it up. You know, I'm transitioning, but I'm feeling starting to play a little bit. I'm the biggest kid. Like a baseball being hit in my general direction. Seriously. No, seriously. Well, hey, good luck with that.
You did that. Yeah.
Everyone wants to attack. Which side is attack? That's the game time to do that. It's not going to understand. There's more Chris. If I take it more, I can even take it to strikes, but I'll get lost on. You get on base, you win. You don't, you know, I hate losing 4 tonight, want to win. That's different. Nobody buzzes that. They're big that. Nobody whatsoever. If someone buzzes on us, they get on the field first. Don't try to be here on the second. Let them make mistakes.
We were made a playoffs treason and fucking hurt.
Hey, say thank you. Another thing. No more fear. That's what I do. That's paying you. No, I can pay you to get on first, and I get going on second. This is a process. It's a process. It's a process. Okay? Yes, that's the one. It's not but he opened it out. He didn't get a run. And John opens again. Second in 2 games. In the innings. Still have to get in. Look at the scores here. The bottom here. The next one. The 2 of the Angels. On the left, third base.
My name is Lisa Said, and I'm the owner of Casino Hot Dog Company. And I make a line of hot sauces that are high quality and high in flavor, and has grown to really serve the whole city.
Today, the Texas is Pokemon Blocks. I know that it's used some of these the recent then study conducted by Reddit user Lorenzo has over 600 people for this every Pokemon they've ever used for a playthrough in Black and White. The top 10 kicked off with Calvantula, then Zazon, Excadrill, then Strika, Haxorus, then Starter Emboar at just number 5 with 35% use, which was echoed by Fire and Scandalore with 47. Crocodile saw a whopping 45% use, Starter Superior at 49, and Stamron was the most used starter in Pokemon with 56%. But in this video, I'm going to go to using Pokemon from these 30 families. These Pokemon that saw anywhere from 10% use all the way down to 1%. Oh, and Shiny Plus states that if I encounter a 1 in 8,000 shiny, I can use it no matter what. It's 8,000 times more rare than its regular barrier. Can we really be good enough to take on the Elite Four and get this? Our journey starts next. So we're just going to pick Ottawa for now. The reason is because it's going to give us access to another Pokemon, which is in the bottom 30. And if you know this game at all, you know exactly what I mean. But, ladies and gentlemen, the first Pokemon that we can execute is actually Waton was actually 7 Pokemon in Black and White. Oh my god, I'm going to get killed by it. Okay, round 2. Let's try this again. Come on. Let's go! Now, I can also mention this is probably not going to stay on our team forever. It's the first thing that we can actually use because Aqua just isn't allowed to. Jolly Nature, let's go! Top percentage pat rat right there. It was all meant to be. This is the opportunity for our next encounter. And there it is right there. Her the live card. 24 used Pokemon in Black and White. Here is on just 7.8% of the team. Alright, so that is number 2 of the team would have died. We would have, the team could not cook. Alright, well, we're going to do some driving.
You should have your fucking space.
Okay, we all go round 2. This is going to heal. So let's do some rounds here. So we got that. And Rowan is struggling a bit.
Like you do.
Take another minute. It'll be a roll probably. We might heal here. Oh, big of them. Okay. Yeah, let's go. She's gonna go for a heal, but it's all good. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, so Lauren, you've done your duty. Now it's time for Big Dog Cat Rat to come in. Now, if we OCD, we do. I think Spike is gonna. That's what's gonna save us for this one. Wasted crit, but it's all good. Here we go. We do a level lift up. I don't think we don't stat it. Here we go. We're gonna get splinted in. Yes. Cat Rat. Big Dog. Don't get hurt. Here we go. Guys. Off for set Cat Rat right here. Your Aqua does not do well against grass types. So, you want to pay us here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be the third Pokemon on our team. The only 3 of the elemental guys to be in the bottom 30. The 29th Pokemon at 9.5%. Great. That's the best slower speed. Awesome. With that, we enter with our bottom tier Pokemon. These are the only 3 you can get before the first gym. Purloin, Tyrant, and Minister. Gym 1. Dylan, since we're a little under leveled, we're going to do some nerfing on this guy. Oh, I hate that. For a sand attack. Oh, don't like that. Another sand. Oh, don't like that. You're going full that. I'm going full sand attack. So it's plus 2. Oh, don't like that. Plus 3. Plus 3 minus 3. Plus 4. Some growls here. Don't like this very much. Keep sand attack. I know it's just going to happen to the next one. But like, this is so scary already. There comes the fight. Okay, we might be able to get one more off. Just a little off. Oh god. That's how that works in this game? Oh god. Okay, I think that's minus 6.
It's a shift. There's another shift in the system. Analog devices, ultra-efficient, high-density power solution.
Wow, nobody's taking Hartnell yet, really. I'm gonna take the sniper instead.
API-powered technology helps designers meet lower energy consumption targets and solve the toughest design challenges. Today, engineers must develop more intelligent power management solutions that meet the future needs of AI, transportation, and industrial automation. Boosting productivity and sustainability. API's cutting-edge power innovations include low-dose devices optimized for precision, high-density science solutions, and optimized solutions. Highly educated optimizers and
We're dead. If you don't see, nope. But if we got, we find it. Now, where did you find that? The aura berry, though, right? I ate an aura berry to pick one up. Oh, we're dodging. That's so ridiculous, man. It still has a. Oh, God. This is horrifying. Oh, my God. Dude, this thing is a monster. Fortunately, we're dodging a lot, but if it connects one more time, we're on to our last one. Bro, this is insane. Guys are having cycle. Okay, big crit, and we just gotta get one more off. He's got a potion. Man, more dudes that makes this fight harder. Dude, carrot, into it, dive it, dodge it. Come on, buddy. Let's go. Listen, I'm a Hoenn fanboy. Okay, I've learned from the best. Mr. Juan, what an overcooked first. Yeah, oh my gosh. We have these berries from the potion of blood. We take a hit too. And Pamak goes down. And it goes for the workout. Dude, we're right into the first gym. Yeah? And we're going to get access to a few more of the bosses here. So it's exciting. Oh, we can work on another little cut from the favorite move. Give us the time out for the damage. Infinite TS! Oh my gosh, that's Gen 5 thing, right? Oh my god, how could I have forgotten? I didn't do workout on the monkey.
I say I had a pretty decent fucking draft, actually. Pretty decent. He's from Denmark, so...
This draft here is what we're looking for. Now that guy, that's not possible. Oh, baby! Level 15! There's our man! No,
Marcus Anderson, welcome.
6. That's 42% usage. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, he's getting pumped. This guy's probably going to come usage scary thing. Like I'm dead. Oh my god, I'm dead. I don't know if this is going to work, guys. So, I'm backing up. Too strong. Level 12 is kind of preferable because we might be able to damage it. Don't click double kick, buddy. Nice. That's red. Let's go! We did stop. Okay.
Jackson Jacobson. I'm told he needs to be really good too.
Video, lady. I know you want to battle, but I had a thing to say. Wow, look at that. Look at that man right there. Doing a rock smash. Okay. Let's go. There's the man right there. Serious nature. We'll take that. That's fantastic. 30 is probably what we want, right? Guys, I think we got a teammate that might go all the way. Yeah, we sure do want to learn those speeds. Get better. Alright guys, so here's the team for gym number 2. Man, I feel like it's going to get stuck. Oh, we can get the Chester Berry though. Yeah. So let's put that on our big dog here. Dude, wow, we got that crazy good leaders. Back to back. Everything insane. We leave the Furlong to get the Intimidate. Wasted. And then we take a look at the Growl. Probably just yeah, that's fair enough. We'll go to Hitmon and stock. This makes sense to me. Oh wow! Stock is crazy. Here comes the retaliate. So, our trusty Patrat, there it is. And then it's a low speed. Goes for the hypnosis, but we have to bury. And nice. There's the speed draw. Just gonna go for a heal. Yep. So here is our trusty final stager. Just demolishing one of the hardest things in the game. I don't know why this guy is used for. What a magic. Oh, crazy. That thing is insane. And we just had the right stuff for it. Oh, Monkey is gone. Guys, Monkey might have to make it all the way. You know, I feel like we need like a Pokemon that can be our starter, our base, you know? And I just think it's like that fire type that you gotta start the game and kind of has to be hit, right? So we want to get this guy to level 22 before we get to the fire stone because it'll get another fire move, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so counter with 30. That will go hard in a few doing. I'm excited for those moments. Where is the fire stone person? Okay, you there. Can't you're there for a Pokemon that evolves, especially some of the Pokemon you want to evolve. Or you can whatever you want. Right, I guess. But anyway, I want to evolve my game. However, as you can play first at 22, 70 base power moves, we really need that.
You know what? I'll be driving with A. What you doing?
What do you feel like you're chasing? What club do you normally like to salvage? Let's go! Wow, that's good. So early. People suck at these games, but that is appreciated. For now, I guess we'll just give it this monkey. Hello, Bird. I feel like Bird is not a hard leader. I feel like we're gonna do well. But it's really learn fight. They're playing Bird.
Oh my god, what the fuck? The only player that doesn't like his team is Chapman. That is actually fair.
Yeah.
But damn, everybody else loves Scheme.
Very good stats for second, third, fifth, you know? And there it is. I never had finished here before. Alright, let's go crush some fellows. I think we got this. I think the big issue is that Lebanese bug grass. It's been a while, but that's telling me that I should keep doing with this one. It turns out you gotta respect the monkey. Oh, okay, please, sure, yeah.
We're gonna eat your contract.
I understand how Caroline is on edge. Like, what? Bro, level. You poor thing. Oh no. Die. He's gonna hit on die. And now that it's got some lowered attack, I just need you to be scared. I mean, I thought it was never going to be scary, but let's go! That's one. I used to get very frustrated when I was 15 minutes ago, but it's something that you're letting them on their back Pokemon. Let's go! There is telepathy. I think it really is just return to monkey. Oh, big crit. But it's not going to be enough for a point burst from the man. So glad we plus those hyper potions. Go, guys! Our starter, so good. Okay, well this is great. We've now got a really hard thing coming up. So, you know, if people like them, this team is so good. We are going to get stalled by a reason. It's great, guys. Now we're going to gain access to some more Mod 30 Pokemon. Sonic is so underrated. The one cool thing here, right, it's going to go for a psychic move. Maybe we can do a shenanigan here. Oh, that's crazy. Nice. Yo, speed too. Does this thing have moves? My gosh, guys. Purloin's final contribution to the run. There we go. Sleep's not so good at Gen 5. Easy. Big night. Crazy. Dude, Monkey's so good. It's so worth the wait. Imagine still having Incinerate. Oh, there it is! Okay, Maractus! Look at you! Oh, forgotten Pokemon. Maractus is bottom 10. Actually, the 10th least used Pokemon. Over 600 submissions. So, 3% use. Just the fact that it's so underused makes me want to use it. Outside of Watchog, this is the least used Pokemon we've encountered. What do you guys want? People are saying I could get a plus.
ceramic disc. Oh, I think we could make something out of it. What do we call it? Sahara. In honor.
My name is Liz.
I like that. I like that. We got one down there. I have to go. He looks like the man of one of things. Quite frankly, he's got a baseball body. Hey, what do you got?
I like your own.
Yes.
Hey, an athlete, big, fast, talented.
Something like that. Good job.
Five cool guys.
Good looking ball player. And he hit. He's got a beautiful swing, right? Very solid explosive off his back. He throws the club head at the ball, and that's it. Rides with his pops off the bat. You can hear him over the ball flying. Pops off the bat. And generally, he's a good hitter. Why doesn't he hit it? He is a good hitter. Everyone is a good hitter. Yes, but he's going to be good hitter for the moment. Yes, this is great. Because you guys with that, you get the form that, you get the play. You said everywhere. Four guys. Okay, let's move on. Party. Maybe what? I like the rest. That back is the real thing. Yeah, it's the purple. Yeah, there's some work to be done. I was going to say after it's never finished. That's the girlfriend. What's that? That's the girlfriend. There's no conflict. Okay. Oh, no, you guys are full of it, aren't you? Like, this guy's got an attitude. An attitude is good. I mean, it's the kind of guy who walks into the room and says he's already been in the field. Yeah, that's what the idea is. The guy was ready to play the bar. He's a good difference. Just say, Bill, it's good. That's it. We're trying to replace what happens. It's back to the day. That's it. Yeah, so it's good. I suggest talking. Talking la la la. It's a situation. We're trying to solve the problem. Like this, you're not even looking. It's very weird problem. Okay, good. What's the problem? Look, George, we all understand the problem. We have to look at it. What's the problem? The problem is we have to replace 3 key players. You know? What's the problem? Sam's better than we got to replace this guy before we have to sit down. What's the problem, Derek? 30 home runs, 120 RBIs. The problem we're trying to solve is there are rich teams and there are poor teams. Then there's 50 feet of track, and then there's something. It's an unfair game. And now we can cut it. Organ donors for the rich. Boston's taking our kidneys. Yankees taking our hearts. And you guys are sitting around and talking the same old good body nonsense. Like we're just selling cheese. That's what it's the body of. We've got to think differently. We are the last dog at the bowl. See what happens to blood to the litter? Die. Good. There's something story that I think we're all very much aware of the faces. We have a lot of experience with it now. You need to have a little bit of faith in the job and the job. Consider the first baseman like that. And if it works, we afford it. Then what's the fucking talking about? If we try to play like Yankees in here, we will lose the Yankees out there. Well, that sounds like working cookie with is ridiculous. No, that's just not the food fabulous. It's short shot. It's short shot. Yeah, this is sometimes with the best. So we are challenged to the fine players. Baseball body. Hey,